Hey, we back again. It's the cave. I'm Big Temp. That's Big Mike. And if y'all don't remember, we have another co-host with us today. He hasn't been here for a while. He's
It's the
been
one
gone
and
for a while.
only.
It's the one and
It's
only
true. I know I'm taking
DRob.
over the views because Mike,
Oh,
I know you ain't want me on here, bro. I noticed. Don't
Cut
matter,
it
man.
out.
He was trying to get me
oh,
banned, y'all. He was trying to get me
Cut it
banned,
out.
man. He was telling them don't put him on there no more. I was like, nah.
Cut it out.
and
Finally
all's
caught me a person.
Don't believe what you talking about, man.
and
That's all
all
cap.
and all is right in the world. DRob and Big Mike, they have already started off talking shit.
Hey. Before we even get into the nitty gritty, how about that boy Lad McConkey though?
Oh, are we firing shots already? Is this what we
Yeah.
doing already?
Bro, he the only receiver over there. He ain't.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
They
I
really
don't want to
ain't
hear
doing
that.
over there. I watched him play against the Ravens.
I don't want
Hey,
to hear that.
I'll say this.
Lad
He didn't.
McConkey is nice.
I'll
He
say
didn't do
this.
nothing in that game. He didn't do nothing in that game.
Yeah, well, he
In
was
what
coming
game?
off injury. He was coming off injury because
He's not a number one. He's not a
no,
Cooper Cup.
he
He's
may
none of
not
that.
be. He may not be a
No,
number
he
one.
had a Cooper Cup right now. No,
He may not be a
he's
number
still
one.
like that though.
But here's what I will say: Quentin Johnson, when they played the Chiefs, he had a pretty good game that game, right? And I don't like Quentin Johnson. I don't think he's as good as everybody thought he was when he was
Oh,
coming out.
He's got almost 1,000 yards.
Now, Lad McConkey, I will say this: all season he's been playing really good, especially for a
He's
rookie.
got
I'm pretty
he's
surprised.
got he's got 873 receiving yards, almost 14 yards a catch, and 5 touchdowns. I actually
Oh,
think he might be like top three in receiving yards
for rookies.
this year for rookies. Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening with you, D-Rob? You ain't been on here in a while, so we we got to make sure we get it in tonight. We got a lot of stuff to cover. You know, hey, just so y'all know, I was told that what we do when we come on here, we're not reporters. I said, you're right. We're not reporters. We're fans. Let's get that straight. We're fans.
Who
Wait, who
said
said
that?
that?
Oh,
Right,
you
who
know,
said
Oh, it
that?
don't matter.
some
It don't
I,
matter. Somebody, huh?
yeah, just somebody just happened to say something. I said, "You right? We ain't. We're fans, just like you are. The only difference is that we have a platform where we can actually say the shit we want to say, and get away with it. So
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
anyway, so basically, if you guys don't know, this is the week it all starts for the Chiefs. This is the 3 games in 11-day span, and it's going to freaking well. I mean, it actually started the other week, but you know. But what I'm saying with this is that we have actually gotten to that span now where it's gonna be tough. And with the injury to Mahomes, we have a situation now where it is being discussed whether or not the Chiefs should actually play Mahomes in
That
the
man's
game.
playing.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just what they're saying is should they play him in the game against the Texans, knowing that he just injured that ankle and he's going to actually have to play again in 5 days. I think it is 5 or 6 days after
Yep.
this.
It really just depends on it's context because it really just depends. So like if they win this next game and let's say the Bills lose for whatever reason, I don't think they're going to, but let's just say they lose, then
Nah.
he wouldn't need to play the next 2 games. The one seed would be locked up at that point. So
Okay. So you're
just
saying
depends.
that if he can play, you would play him this game.
I mean, yeah. Okay, so look, this is my thing. I think the one seed this year is more important than any other years. So if you don't, I don't think you take that chance, honestly.
Interesting
Like,
take. That's an interesting
and then
take.
and then on top of that, it gives not only Mahomes, but it gives the whole team more rest. On top of that,
Okay.
And then maybe those last 2 games you can kind of just mess around and try to get the young dudes in and get them some reps, and then obviously you let the starters sit and all that kind of
I,
jazz. So
I don't know if that's the case because I want to say Buffalo's 11-3, right? The Chiefs cannot wind up having the same amount of losses as Buffalo because if they
I'm
do,
talking
then
about the
Buffalo.
Steelers.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't know if they can rest.
Yeah, they have to. No, I'm saying if they win, like if they
Yeah,
win this next game, and
yeah.
Buffalo loses, it's over. The 1 seed is
Well,
locked up at that point.
I mean, I'm not gonna say Buffalo can't lose, but I don't see them
I'm not
losing
saying
against New
I don't
England.
know. I don't. That's what I said. I don't know if they do, but I'm just saying, like, if for whatever reason they end up losing that game and the Chiefs win, the one
Got you.
seed is over. It's locked up. The Chiefs got that in the wrap. So
D.
I'm saying if they do that, then the Steelers game, because they'll play the Steelers after that, and then I think the Broncos the next game.
Broncos the last game. Broncos the
Yeah,
last game of the season, regular
you don't
season.
need to start. You don't need to have the starters playing those 2 games. You can kind of just let the starters sit if you want. Just depends, and then you can kind of just let those young dudes and then let Carson Wentz play those last 2 games. So
Okay. Well, DRob, what do you think? Where did he go?
man, ain't no
One
telling.
second. 1 second. I was trying
Oh
to set
my!
something up.
Oh, he. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have technical difficulties right now.
Yeah.
Well, here
Yeah. 1 second.
I'm gonna give my take. I think I know that they said it's a mild sprain, a mild high ankle sprain. But if he's not ready to go, which I know he's been a full practice for the last 2 practices, right? But it kind of worries me in a sense that since the left tackle situation has not been fixed yet, that it could be a problem. And we are going up against, in this game, the Texans, the second
Who
best
would you? Who would
pass
you?
rush
Who would
defense
you
in the
rather them
league.
play? You would rather them play him come back against the Steelers or the Texans? Because the
Actually,
Steelers' defensive line is
they're
way better than the
wait, wait, wait,
Texans.
wait, wait. The Steelers, I don't know what they're. I got to look it up. But what I did look up was the Houston Texans have the second best pass rush defense in the league. Second best.
Pretty sure the Texans are number 1, or not the
From
Texans, the Steelers.
that's what I'm saying. The Texans are second best. Excuse me. So the Texans are the second best pass rush defense in the league. The thing I'm saying is this: they have, they don't do a lot of, exotic blitzes. They usually only rush 4. It's the front 4, right? So they only rush the front 4. That to me is telling me that they get home a lot with just those front 4 without having to blitz, from different angles, A gap blitzes and things to that nature. They don't have to do that. So their front 4 can do the same kind of thing that happened to us when we played Tampa Bay. Okay? And Tampa Bay didn't use a lot of blitzes. They just rushed their front 4. Now, that's the thing that worries me. So when I look at that and I'm going, Patrick, is he going to be hobbled a little bit on that ankle? Maybe, possibly. And I'm thinking to myself, do we want to go ahead and let him sit this game? Now, me being devil's advocate, I'm going to say I probably would sit him this game. But the other side of me, the one that says, hey, look, I'm looking at this as far as wins and where we want to be placement wise when it comes playoff time, and I want that number 1 seed. I'm also saying, hey, I don't want to put Carson Wentz out there because he hasn't really played all season. And now you're throwing him out here against the best pass rush defense in the league or second best pass rush defense in the league. I don't know how that's going to look, especially since the left tackle situation is not good. So.
My thing is, I feel like the coaching staff, bro, they're at fault in a lot of this as well, because it's like you're not even really trying to mitigate the situation and putting Mahomes in them situations in the first place. But bro, there's no reason why. Like if he plays Saturday, there's no reason why they shouldn't be running the ball majority of the time.
Yeah.
There's no excuse, especially now, since we know we have this problem with his ankle. And I guarantee this too, like I was telling you, when it comes to his ankle, when he gets hurt, for whatever reason, he's more poised and he's more focused in getting that ball out when he sees an open guy instead of forcing it and trying to go for the deep shot all the time and make big plays. I guarantee you, if he plays, he's going to play completely different, and he's going to play more than how he should have been playing more often in this game. And they're going to run the ball more.
Here's an interesting piece of information, right? Oh, hey, DRob, nice for you to join us.
What's up?
So here's an interesting piece of information, just so we're all clear on this. Patrick Mahomes in 14 games this season has been hit 65 times. Hit. Last year in 16 games, he had been hit 65 times. He's taking a lot of hits over the last 2 seasons. You want to know why he maybe isn't passing the ball as well? It's not because he's lost the ability to play quarterback. It's because his offensive line, especially the tackles, have been horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
I agree. But the coaching stuff has been bad as well.
No, you're right, because they're not putting him in positions to where, okay, look, we're going to go play action, or we're going to run the ball, anything to that nature. But you cannot let your $500 million quarterback get hit that many times in a season, right? That's not including, just incidental contact or, something like that when he gets out the pocket, So, DRob, question.
What up?
So, do you play Patrick Mahomes this weekend, or do you rest him to make sure that ankle is right and play him next weekend against the Steelers, or next week on Wednesday against the Steelers?
I feel like he gotta play. I feel like he gotta play for the simple fact you're trying to get home field advantage. So these next 2 games is very important. So, and they're both in the AFC, both AFC games, regardless if it's in their division or not.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think people sleeping on that 1 seed, man. The Chiefs need that 1 seed this year, for sure.
I'm not gonna say that they necessarily need it, but I will say, if I had a choice to trust a team that could actually go on the road and win, it's the Chiefs.
I mean, I'm not doubting that, but
right.
I can't remember what. I don't know if it was Matt Nagy or Reed, but they was talking about that, and they said they really want the 1 seed. Like, that's a priority. So
I'm sure it is, but you got to think about this. What happens if, God forbid, Mahomes?
But here's my thing. Yeah, but he could do that when he comes back. Let's say he don't play, right? Let's say he doesn't play this Saturday.
True.
He could come back and get hurt still.
True.
So I mean, either way,
the difference,
he's gonna be playing football.
The difference is, to me, is that even if he was to come back and get hurt later, let's say in the Pittsburgh game, right? The problem is like, you still have a game that if they won this game against the Texans, you still have a game that you won. You lose that game, you're probably going to win the damn Broncos game still. But he would still have at least that week off, and he would have the time for the bye if they get the number 1 seed. Now, it doesn't matter. Like I said, devil's advocate says, hey, I don't want him to play because I don't want him to get hurt. He just got hurt. Now, they said it's not as bad as it was before. As simple as that.
Yeah, that's what Mahomes was saying. He said the one he did in that Eagles year.
Yeah.
He said that was way worse.
Yeah, he said it was worse. So, but it was just something I was kind of wondering, because everybody's got an opinion about it, right? Everybody's got an opinion about should he play, shouldn't he play. But I mean, I think it kind of depends on where you stand as far as what's the most important to you. Is the number one seed the most important to you, or is a healthy Patrick Mahomes more important to you going into the playoffs?
My thing is too, though.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Somebody about it is you got to look at the factor of the teams that's gonna likely be in the playoffs in the AFC now. You're gonna have to deal with way more weather adversity this time around if you go try to go play and not have home field advantage. You got Buffalo where it's gonna snow, Baltimore mess around and snow, Pittsburgh it'll snow.
True, but
let's be honest.
Remember, last year, remember, it was the coldest it had ever been in I don't know how many years in Kansas City. Miami came on the road, played there, right? Then they went on the road to play Buffalo, and it was cold there, as cold as hell there. And then they go to Baltimore, and it was, it was wet and kind of rainy and everything else, and they went on the road there and they won. I'm not saying that doesn't take precedent as far as, conditions. But at the same time, it does kind of tie into that number one seed because we all know if everybody's got to come on the road to play in Kansas City, we all know in Kansas City, it does get cold. Well, we hope it gets cold during the playoffs. We don't know what's going to happen with the weather the way it's been acting here lately. So, but yeah, I get it.
I'm just looking at it because not only that, there's less games they're going to have to play as well. They get the one seed. So
they get that bye week. So he gets the rest in.
And honestly, nobody, he got a little banged up on this play, and you're talking about going and like having him be healthy, but at this point in the season, nobody's fully healthy. Nobody is.
You're right. You're actually
everybody's a little banged up. There's probably more injuries that Mahomes has that we don't even probably know about.
I'm almost wondering
all season.
I'm almost wondering if
I'm just saying,
an injury all season.
He probably has. You just never know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he messed his ankle up earlier in the week when he, I think he was rushing against, the Raiders.
Yeah, was it that Raiders game he did that? I don't remember.
I think you're right. I think it was the Raiders game.
Yeah, because remember he tweaked it going when he threw that touchdown to Kareem.
Yeah.
But this is the thing too. We got a running game now, so you could take a lot of that pressure off him with Kareem and Pacheco.
Wow, Dwayne makes a great point.
Yeah, we just said.
Great point. He makes a great point. The only problem is that
Andy Reid,
he doesn't like to run the fucking ball.
Well, he better learn how to now because ain't no reason to have two-headed. Shouldn't have no two-headed monster and be acting like you can't run the ball because he was doing it early on when he didn't even have Pacheco. Now it don't make no sense.
What have I been saying?
Absolutely.
What have I been saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dorian, he's thinking the same way I'm thinking.
You know what? This might be the first time in history y'all have actually agreed on something.
No, because it's common sense, bro. It's common sense. Like I said, if Mahomes happens to play, I think it's going to happen regardless of what quarterback plays.
Yeah.
But if he happens to play this Saturday, there's no excuse why at least one of the running backs should have 20 carries minimum.
You would hope.
Minimum.
You would hope.
There's no excuse.
You would hope. At least it'd be 25, 15.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying 20 minimum. There's no excuse.
Here's my question, though. If you're saying 25-15, right, for carries, right, who gets the 25? Is it Pacheco or is it going to be Kareem? Because
it just depends.
Kareem's been there. He's been there most of the season, and he's in football shape. Pacheco's just now coming back from injury. This will be his third game now. So, do you give him the 25 carries?
Any one of them.
I wouldn't care.
It's just a matter. It's just a matter of what the feel is like. Who's getting it going and who's got the, or you could just do a 1-2 punch.
True.
Like just keep, because at that point neither one of them is going to get tired from consistent carries like that. So you could just feed them the ball all game.
What if you were to?
And then you still.
That's what I'm saying. But what if you were to try to get each one of them about 15 carries apiece, right? And then sneak in probably another 7 to 8 carries apiece between Perrine and fucking Steele.
Hey, that would be my dream.
If you could get,
give it to P-Rod.
I like P-Rod. I like
I like all of them. I like all of them.
I do too. Steele has got that short yardage situation. I like Steele in those short yardage situations. I do. So, my question about that is, it's just the simple fact that we know Reed is not the guy who likes to run the ball. But like DRob said, we're gonna have to. He's gonna have to do it in order to keep Mahomes safe, keep him upright, and make it to where we'll still have him when we need him coming down the stretch. You're gonna have to run the ball. You're gonna have to.
He has to switch it up because if the defense knows you're just gonna pass the ball all game, you're basically doing half the job for him.
Pretty much.
Because now they just know you're gonna step back and throw all game.
Yeah.
That's not helping Mahomes, bro. That's not helping Mahomes at all.
Speaking of running backs, we have news, and I'm sure by the time you guys will see this, everybody will know Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had been released by the Chiefs. He sent out a message I want to say on his Instagram and his X account, thanking everybody in the Chiefs Kingdom. And what's funny is that he automatically, after he was released, actually got picked up by the Saints. So he's going back home to his home, team area. So where he's from in Louisiana. And it begs the question, right? So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going back home. He's signed with the team. He's on the practice squad. Alvin Kamara is a little banged up down there. So if Clyde starts playing, why in the hell wasn't he available to play while he's with the Chiefs? If he plays this coming week or next week, I'm going to want to know why he was not available to play for the Chiefs while he was there. What was going on that he absolutely could not play? Right?
He might still not be cleared to play, like technically. I don't know how that works, but
from what I'm understanding, he is on the practice squad. I do know that much. But it's good to see him back down there as far as on another football team, at least getting the opportunity. He's down there with a couple more Chiefs, former Chiefs, MVS, Tyrann Mathieu, Willie Gay, and I want to say Colin Saunders is still down there too.
And Tyrann Mathieu too.
Well, I said that, so.
You did? Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, he's down there with a couple of them, so. It's good to see him. He'll have some people down there that he knows or whatever. DRob, what in the world are you doing? This is like the second time you done dropped out. He's on mute too.
Yeah. When it comes to Clyde, man.
I know that's your guy.
It makes me upset. It makes me upset because he should have been more, man. And I don't believe the Chiefs.
What did you say to me the other day, though? What did you say to me the other day when it came to you? You said people will sit there and argue up and down, and he said just like when they had the opportunity, it could have got Jonathan Taylor, right? And you said, what difference would it have made? Because Andy Reid doesn't run the ball like that. So Jonathan Taylor would have never been able to show what he could actually really do in Kansas City because Andy Reid doesn't run the ball.
And not only that, he's not a receiving back either.
He's not.
So he can't. Yeah, he's not as versatile at that fullback or that halfback position to where Andy Reid can kind of make them match him in the offense.
Jonathan Taylor's not as good a receiving back out of the backfield anyway.
No,
as Clyde was. So,
no, and then they didn't even use Clyde when he in that. But that's what I'm saying. Like when people say that about Clyde and oh, we could have got Jonathan Taylor in the second or third round, whatever draft or round he was drafted. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. I do think Jonathan Taylor is the better back overall. You're not gonna get an argument out of me on that. But Jonathan Taylor would not be Jonathan Taylor that we know today in the Chiefs offense. It's just not happening. First of all, we're not a run-heavy offense. We're a pass-heavy offense. They're not doing that with any running back. Unless it's like maybe if the Chiefs happen to get somebody like free agency, like a big-time running back like Saquon, that's already established, then I can see it to an extent. But
I think he could fit in with the Chiefs offense.
I'm not saying he couldn't fit in. I'm saying Reed is not going to give him the ball consistently. They fed him in Indy. They're not doing that in Kansas City.
I also didn't have no quarterback in Indy either.
That is true.
That's true.
They did not have a quarterback.
They wrote it back. But I feel like Pacheco.
They don't feed Pacheco like that.
But Jonathan Taylor to me is like, he was like a Caprice Larry Johnson type of back.
Oh yeah, I agree.
He's more elusive than Pacheco too. Stronger and more elusive. And he can catch out the backfield. He can do all of them.
He can catch, but he's not as good as Clyde was coming out the backfield with as far as catching the ball.
Clyde could actually run real routes.
Yeah, I don't think he was anyway. I think Clyde was a better receiving back out of the backfield. Now,
think about it. Chiefs really don't run a lot. They do a lot of bubble routes. They don't really screens. They don't really do too much of anything that's just like crazy where you got to actually go out there and run some crazy routes.
Yeah.
I want to see something. Yeah, I don't know. They offense is kind of more like trick slip plays and stuff like that.
Let me ask you something.
So he had Jonathan Taylor had 232 carries his rookie year, and then 332 carries his second year. Bro, he's not getting that kind of production in Kansas City.
Well, like DRob said, and this is true. He didn't have a quarterback like that there either.
I understand that. Even with Jamal Charles, Reed didn't do that. Jamal Charles never got that kind of production as far as carries in a game or in a season. Ever. Not even close.
I will say,
what's the other out the back?
Yeah, Jamal Charles.
Yeah, but Charles, I want to say Charles.
That's his talent. Like he was, 5.5 yards per carry.
But wasn't Charles on the downward years of his career anyway? Because I want to say
I'm talking about his career in general.
Yeah, but
just in general.
So I think that basically you're right, but like he said, it is because a lot of it is because he did not have a quarterback. That's not the end all be all, but a lot of it was because he did not have a quarterback there. They couldn't throw the ball.
You got to remember Andrew Luck was there, and then he left, retired on them boys. So just think if Jonathan Taylor got there when Andrew Luck was there.
Ooh, shit.
No, they would have been nasty. And it's not. And to me, it's not saying that Jonathan Taylor couldn't be good in this offense. But when people bring up about like comparing him with Clyde, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't think Jonathan Taylor would look the same in this offense. I just don't, because he's a workhorse back. No. That's how it's like Derrick Henry. You think Derrick Henry would look good in this offense?
No, Jonathan Taylor more. He reminds me more of like a Kareem Hunt, Pacheco. He's just a strong runner. He's a strong runner.
He's strong.
He's strong, but he's way faster than both of them, though.
I'll say this:
he's got more breakaway speed.
He that's what I'm saying, bro. He's a.
But my point is that even with Pacheco, I'll give you an example. This earlier this year, Pacheco gets hurt. They signed Kareem off the street, and they give him. He leads the NFL in carries for the entire duration he was starting.
That is
Why
true.
haven't you ever done that with Pacheco?
They ran Kareem Hunt on his second game.
But you got 27 carries. 27 carries.
You got to understand, too. You don't want to show everybody everything during the season.
He's been there. He's never done that.
What you mean?
Pacheco, he's been there 3 years. They've never ran him. They've never given him the green light like that at the running back position. Ever.
He has never ran the ball
gotta-
27 times in a game.
You got to understand because he's not just that. He gonna slip out. You
That's not an excuse.
I feel like they kind of linked on Kareem because he was kind of hot. You got to understand. His first game back, he almost rushed for 100. Then the next game, he rushed for
Yeah,
four
he
games in
ran
a row.
27 times. He should have 100.
He was running that motherfucker like what you want to do,
Bro, there was
run.
games. He was saving. That's my point. But that's my point, though. There's been games where Pacheco was hot, and they'll stop running the ball. That's my point. How many times have we seen that?
It is kind of
Where
true.
the running back is hot, and he's gashing them up the field, and they'll stop running the ball. You won't see him the whole second half after he has 70 yards in the first half.
I feel like Kareem can hold a load better than Pacheco.
I think he can too. And the reason I say
He
that is
probably
because
can.
He's a stronger back.
But
He's a
still.
stronger back.
Second time Pacheco been hurt.
actually it's his third time. He's been hurt every season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been hurt every season.
Yo, he runs hard. He runs hard. He runs with anger. Like he's a but he don't give a fuck about his body.
Hey, let me
So,
tell
at least
you.
got a bigger body.
Why they not playing Steele then? Because that's Steele's MO.
Who?
He's a workforce back.
Because you can tell when his ass get the ball, he's so afraid to fumble now. He don't even run the damn ball.
But that's why you keep playing him. You don't just spell him out and not play him the whole season.
It's no reason when Kareem is there. Then you got a vet in Perron, Elijah Perron.
Hey,
You just gotta sit back. He showed them.
You gotta, but you. That's the problem. Now Kareem is banged up. That's why he ain't getting no carries now.
Nah, Kareem has
He's
13
banged.
carries.
He's been hurt all season. Kareem's been hurt all season.
I get that, but Kareem had more carries than anybody on that team last game.
Yeah.
He did.
That's fine.
I feel like they're saving a
But they
lot.
haven't been running. But they haven't been running him like they have for the
No,
past
they haven't.
4 or 5 weeks.
They haven't. Now, here's what I'll say is this. DRob, I want you to see if you kind of agree if what I'm going to say as far as Pacheco. When you said that Pacheco runs angry and he runs, like he's trying to.
He runs high up.
High up,
He
right?
runs high up.
Have you ever watched how Pacheco actually runs the ball? And, they say, he's fast. He's got a 4.3 speed on him, 4.4, 4.4, 4.3. But if you look at him, all his energy goes into the ground. I don't know if anybody else notices that. So when he starts running angry and he's pumping, all his energy is going into the ground instead of going this way. I think he could actually run away from people more if
he tried to dig into the dirt.
If he didn't try to dig into the dirt all the time, right?
Yeah, because there's been times where he got tackled where he shouldn't have got tackled. It should have been a touchdown.
And the thing about Kareem, if you look at Kareem, once Kareem hits the hole, he glides into that situation and he's running forward instead of running into the ground.
Yeah, he's more running into people where motherfuckers having to take on him when they fall in. People be putting all that damn weight because he runs lower. He actually knows how to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Keep his body a little bit more safe.
I think that's probably
he's got better vision too.
I think that's part of the reason why Pacheco's hurt every season when he leaves. Once the season is over and he's got to have these different surgeries because he takes this amount of pounding because he's forcing his energy into the ground, and on top of that, he's not giving himself enough energy when he's going into guys and they're actually hitting him and making all that energy, basically he's losing all that energy. He's losing it when he's running. So I think that's
this is why I wanted Steele to run the ball more because I think Steele is better at doing all of that than Pacheco is. Even though he's not as fast.
I think the one thing that's probably the reason why Steele's not getting the ball right now is he's probably number 4 on the depth chart as far as running back goes. We know that. And with Kareem and Pacheco there, and they're only getting 13 carries a game right now between the two of them, or a piece anyway.
I'm really referring to before Pacheco got back though.
Well, yeah,
that's really what I'm referring to. That there was no excuse why you shouldn't have been giving him the ball, bro.
And I get that, but I think what happens is that if a coach sees that he is nervous like that to be carrying the ball, you don't want him to be thinking about him. You don't want him to be thinking about carrying the ball. You just want him to go out there and play. You don't want him to be worried about any of that shit. You want him to just play and worry about getting to his spots, making sure he's seeing the information that the defense is presenting him correctly. And that's it. You don't want him to worry about those things that, when guys get out there that cause them to make fumbles, right? If you worry about making fumbles all the time, you're going to fumble the ball. If you worry about dropping the ball all the time, look at Sky Moore. Sky Moore.
But that happened. That happened week. That happened like week 2, week 3.
I know that, but we don't know what he's doing.
It's week 14.
But we don't know.
But he did it more than once.
He did do it more than once.
Yeah, okay, I get that. But that
sometimes you get your chance, and sometimes it happens just like this. You get put down in the depth chart after that.
Sky Moore is a perfect example because Sky Moore had all kinds of opportunities, and they put him in a bad situation because he was never a punt returner, he was never a kick returner, right? And they put him out there, and he had to do that. But
they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing with Steele. Got him kick returning and shit, and he's not a fucking kick returner. That's neither here nor there. I'm not even gonna get into that. Why is he a kick returner, bro?
Why can't he?
Somebody explain that. Somebody explain. Bro, they got Perrine as a kick returner.
Well, a lot of it right now is because Mecole is hurt. Mecole is hurt.
None of them dudes are kick returners. Even when Mecole was there, he wasn't doing that.
I'm just saying.
Was before, they was doing it before Mecole got hurt.
I didn't see that. I always see him taking all the punt returns.
There was times they were both out there. It's just that sometimes that Perrine or Steele was catching the ball, but Mecole would be out there with him.
Yeah.
So
my only thing about that is that, like I said, it can hurt, but the problem is this: it's not about what they do now. It's about how mentally tough Steele is, or whatever player it is that's a rookie or young guy. How mentally tough they are, if they're going to actually let this affect them or they're going to work through it, right? It's simple as that.
You see what they did to Kingsley in the second game. They didn't even give him a chance. Benched him the whole season.
You know what though, and the more and more I thought about that, I was like, man, they put him up against Trey Hendrickson though. That's the wrong guy. That's the wrong guy for him to be actually going up against. He learned some lessons in that game, but at the same time, that's the wrong guy for him to be trying to learn. And especially with Mahomes back there, you don't want to get Mahomes destroyed, which he did. He got destroyed in that game.
No, he didn't play good, but that was expected. Yeah. Everybody knew that it was going to be a problem him going up against Hendrickson.
My problem was they could have kept somebody in there to help chip block on him a lot more. Right, but they didn't even help him. That takes away from your offense.
That's what I was talking about. How the coaching be putting the players in bad positions. You put a rookie on an island against one of the best elite edge rushers in the league, and then you bench him for it. You didn't give him no help. Come on, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's coaching. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what they were thinking about, but I will say I kind of understood it. It's kind of hard to watch your quarterback keep getting hit like that, especially if hey, we got a rookie going up against a elite edge rusher, and it's not looking good. So here's my question to y'all. We've had some talk. There's some bulletin board material out there. And that is concerning the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. We've had some talk from the Houston Texans defensive tackle, Cam Settle, who basically said that he hopes Mahomes' ankle is doing better or that it's well enough because, they're going to be coming for him. And he said it wasn't a threat, it was a promise. My question to y'all is, who do you worry more about? Do you worry more about their defensive line, or do you worry more about the Chiefs' offensive line?
But what do you mean worried? Like,
Because here's the problem. It's probably going to wind up being Joe Tooney again at left tackle. I'm going to be honest with you. It's DJ Humphries has not practiced this week, right? Wanye Morris, apparently, I'm just going to say this. I don't know if I would trust Wanye Morris up against Danielle Hunter or Will Anderson. Right now, they're going to probably have to put Tooney back at left tackle again. This will be the second week in a row that he's gone up against a great edge rusher. Last week was Myles Garrett. He performed well. He gave up 10 pressures, no sacks.
he held his own. He held his own.
But he did give up 10 pressures. And this week he's going to be going up against Danielle Hunter, who is a seasoned vet at the edge rushing position. And I'm thinking to myself, man, can he do this again? Can he hold up? So,
I mean, honestly, they don't have a choice.
I mean,
I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not putting Wanye Morris out there at this point.
I'm scared if you put Wanye Morris out there. I am scared if you put Wanye.
I mean, at this point, there's no point.
If Mahomes is playing, I am worried if you put Wanye Morris out there. I'm very much worried. That's just me. Now, that doesn't mean he may not get his shit together and figure it out, before playoff times come. I don't know. But at this point, I am worried if you put Wanye out there. Because a lot of the things that I seen was on his end was effort. That's basically
if there was any sign of him playing, they would have played him the last game instead of putting Tooney at left tackle.
DRob, what do you
So
think?
that tells me he's not playing unless it's another injury. The only time you're gonna see him on the field again.
DRob, what do you say?
You're on mute.
Dude, you on mute. What are you doing?
I feel like as long as we got our interior line, we are good to go. I feel like Mahomes is smart enough to know.
They use it.
He knows where the pressure's coming. You know where the pressure's coming from. He's just getting the ball out fast. I don't feel like.
That's another thing. They don't. This is my problem, and this is some of this is on Mahomes too. It's not all the coaching staff, but they got to get the ball out quick. Like that, there was a play that he had the last game, Mahomes, where he threw it to, I think it was Watson. Maybe I can't remember, but there was a receiver right.
First quarter, the deep shot in the first quarter. It was Watson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there was somebody. There was somebody.
It was worthy. It was worthy.
Open.
It was worthy underneath,
bro.
But here's the problem. If you look at the replay on that, it's fucked up because it's a bang bang situation. He's actually getting hit at the same time. So I don't know if I'd say.
My problem. But hold on. But my problem is I looked at that play. Mahomes could have got him that ball. He chose to take that deep shot instead. That's.
But why would he choose to go deep with two guys?
Because he wants the bigger play. Mahomes has been doing this consistently all season. It's not like he does it just because for whatever reason. Well, he's making that choice to get, because remember what I was saying, he knows the offense is not doing very good.
Well,
so he wants to make those big plays. And look, I get it. It's because of the line. I'm not negating that.
Well, when asked about that play,
he has to take what is there.
When asked about that play, Mahomes said, "I wish I would have seen him." He says he did not see him.
It's easy to say this shit when we watching it on TV.
Exactly. It don't look like that. And it was time.
Because nigga, you don't be seeing half that shit on Madden either. But hey.
No, that's
right. He elite QB in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Got to get it here. And this is my thing, and I get it, like I said, it's part due to the line. But he's missed receivers this year. Where he's had time to give them the ball. He's missed players this year. The problem is a lot of times like there was a play where it was another play I can't exactly remember, but it was one where Kelsey was wide the fuck open, and he had ample opportunity to give him that ball, and he didn't.
But
So like,
I don't think it's because he's not wanting to. I think a lot of times he's just.
No, I don't think that.
He's in a situation where he can't see the guy.
No, I don't think it's that, but I think it's just he's off. I think the whole situation with the line and all that is speeding him up. So even when he's not getting pressured, he feels like he's getting pressured.
Dorian,
so he starts. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, Dorian, you've heard this expression before. I think he's out there seeing ghosts.
Yeah, I feel like he's just being a little bit more.
I think that's what's happening.
Happy feet.
It's not just
like that one.
It's not necessarily happy.
I think he's anticipating it because he knows what you got to think, bro. Exactly. Even with fucking Max Crosby ass, like he knows he's coming.
Yeah, and he's not confident in his tackles. You cannot be confident throwing the ball deep if your tackles are bad. You can't be.
But that's my point. But that's my point, though, is that even what I'm saying is that's true. But the situations, a lot of these things are happening in situations where when he's got enough time to get the ball out, in the back of his mind, he's getting sped up.
Yeah,
so he's thinking. Yeah, exactly.
He's seeing ghosts.
I'll give you an example. That play he missed Worthy on, where he overthrew him when Worthy was going to the sideline.
Yeah,
that should have been a touchdown. There was no reason why he should have missed that pass, bro.
I think
Worthy is wide open.
Do you remember what's up?
We talk like this before. I feel like when it's game time, when we down in the playoffs and it's that time, I feel like we're gonna see something different, man.
Oh, I'm the same way.
I'm the same way.
I've said.
And Worthy need to start catching them damn balls.
That man, yes.
He had to play the ball.
Yes. Because
look, I agree, but
he don't know how to turn his body and play the ball. He don't know how to do none of that.
No, but I will put
terrible.
Hold on, but I'll put it this way: a lot of the connection issues with him and Patrick. Bro, like 85% of this shit is on Pat. Because he's missing
it's on both of them because he's anticipating to be in a certain spot. Sometimes it ain't gonna be where as long as around.
But Mahomes is missing him on a consistent basis where he's wide open.
Where he like doing shit like this.
Let me ask you this.
Or even not getting his 2 feet in the damn fuck in the field. Inbounds.
Yeah, that's.
I get the whole staying in bounds like stuff, but I'm talking about as far as Mahomes missing him.
Do y'all remember?
He's wide open.
Do you remember early last season?
And he's throwing it 10 yards ahead of him.
Do you remember early last season when Rice was having the same problem with Mahomes? They weren't connecting right away, and about game.
I know Rice was dropping passes, but
that's what I'm saying. They weren't. No. There was some couple passes where he was, a little bit.
Worthy been dropping passes too.
And Worthy's dropped passes. Yeah, he had 3 drops
like 2 or
last
3.
Game. He had 3 drops
last
game.
I feel like he scores more off the jet sweep than anything.
Yeah, he had 3 drops last game. Now the thing about it is this: Rice had a couple of drops he had a lot of drops last year early in the season, but as the season went on and progressed, that stopped happening, and Mahomes got more comfortable with him and got more confident with him, and you could see that whole dynamic changing as the season went on, especially as they went into the playoffs, right? And I think that'll be the same thing that happens this year with Worthy, because they're starting to go to him a lot more in this, as the season goes on. So I think that's going to change. I really do. I think that's going to change a lot for Worthy and Mahomes. My thing is no matter what, I think he is seeing ghosts, and a lot of that is because the offensive line, especially the tackle play, has been that bad. To be honest with you, Jawan Taylor, I do not.
I fuck with Jawan.
You do?
But you know what the problem is? I actually think Jawan Taylor, he's getting looked at as as bad, and I don't think he's been playing great. But I think it's worse because the left tackle position is also bad. That's the problem.
I think that is a lot of it, but I also think that his problem is that I'll put it like this. He's the third highest rated or third highest paid tackle in the league. Third.
But who was he struggling against?
He's struggling.
This motherfucker, he played against some. Just think of all the teams we played this year, and think of their defensive ends.
Oh, I have.
Whoa.
I have.
The left tackle and the right tackle are defensive backs on the offensive side of the ball. And it's 10 times harder for them because they have to sit in a fucking stand. You literally know the motherfucker coming down your throat. And you still got to anticipate that motherfucker.
Pause.
I think.
I got you.
I'm freaking done.
I want to say something else, but I ain't gonna do it.
But
I was about to say something else just to kill that, but I ain't gonna do it because then they're gonna like, oh, he nasty.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do it.
Freaky D.
Freaky Dicky. No, but you're right about that. The problem is that I think Juwan gets a bad rap, and it kind of upsets me for the simple fact that, Juwan hasn't played bad, but he hasn't played great either. He hasn't been good.
But he's been okay.
He's been okay. Yeah.
But the problem, you're right though, because the problem is that the left tackle position is so bad, and he hasn't been great, so they kind of lump him together. Now, don't get me wrong, Taylor's had his fuck ups too, but not as nearly as bad as left tackle position.
No.
But let me ask you, what is he getting? I would rather him get a hold than anything else. Like fuck you.
I would too.
He's getting better, but he's getting better at though. He hasn't really been getting called for that.
But that's not even the problem that he's had mostly while he's been at.
It's offsides, ain't it?
It's illegal formation.
It's jumping early.
Yeah, it's illegal formation or jumping early.
Yeah, because his efforts have been trying to anticipate these motherfuckers. Oh, when I seen him against the Raiders, I'm like, yeah. Then you go against Cleveland, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he hasn't really been getting a whole lot of flags called on him this year.
I will say
he had a few games where he was, but
I mean, have y'all seen this? I mean, let's be honest. I've seen him line up on the line, and I'm like, this is a slew-footed, pigeon-toed motherfucker on the line, man.
I don't know. I don't know how the offensive line be lining up like that. That shit looks uncomfortable as hell.
Hey, that dude's toes are always pointed inward. I'm like, damn, I don't know. I don't know
how is that comfortable. I know. How do you do that for an entire game, bro? That is. I don't know how you do that for an entire game.
It's a position of coming off your toes. Like you got to be on your palm of your feet to be able to push back.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a hard position to play in. I will say that. That's a very hard position to play in. Here's my question besides that. When we looked at this situation with the Chiefs playing in this game against the Texans, and everybody's saying, we don't know if the Chiefs should play Mahomes. I think we win this game, even though we don't know who's going to be actually playing at quarterback, to be honest. Because I still think that even if Wentz was to play, I think we could actually still win this game. I really do.
I agree, because I think Wentz. I mean, you got to think about it. When any game that Mahomes didn't play in, the quarterbacks were not even close to as talented as Wentz, even at this point in his career.
No. And I also think the reason why we would possibly win this game, even if Mahomes didn't play, was because they would actually run the ball more. I think that.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do that regardless of the game.
True, but I think
I agree. They're gonna put more of an emphasis on that if Mahomes is not playing. Yeah, I do agree with that.
I do think that's what's gonna happen. So, we've covered a bunch of things as far as the Chiefs go, but one of the things I wanted to talk about when it comes to the NFL, and we got other teams. It's been, how should I say, a very talked about who the MVP is this year. And everybody has been talking about Josh Allen, right? And how great they are and how they think that this is the year the Bills are going to do it. They're going to actually go to the Super Bowl, this is that. and they're all talking about how bad the Chiefs really are, and they're 13-1, but they're bad 13-1. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, damn, man, did y'all not see that the Bills have given up 90 points in the last 2 games?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Who they gonna beat playing like that?
Hey, I'll put it this way: the Bills offensively, they look really good right now, right? Defense has been trash.
Josh Allen looks really good.
I think
he looks really good.
I agree, but I think offensively they've been doing I think James Cook has been doing really well. Shakir has been playing really well. They've been playing really good. So here's my thing though: I think they're peaking too early.
You might have said the same thing.
They're peaking way too early.
I think you saying the same thing I was thinking.
And as far as his MVP, go ahead.
I think they are peaking too early, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I think the defense is actually taking a backslide a little bit because these last 2 weeks they have given up a lot of fucking points, a lot.
They've been bad.
They're not gonna.
Who have they played? Who they played before the Lions?
They played the Rams. And the Rams weren't putting up a ton of points and shit. The Rams were not putting up a ton of points like that before that.
Man, but you gotta understand they get back in their groove.
I get it, but even after,
look at it this way. Kyron Williams.
Hey, look at it this way.
They starting to play ball now.
Hey, but think about it this way.
Regardless
San Francisco.
That's a lot of points, though.
San Francisco played the Rams a week later, and they didn't even put up 20 points. The Rams didn't even put up 20 points against San Francisco.
That was a defensive game.
Yeah, but the fucking 49ers, their defense is not very good right now. That's the game.
And they're missing a lot of pieces.
They're pretty solid. Dre
Greenlaw went back out. Dre Greenlaw went back out in that game. Devondre Campbell didn't play. They had a couple pieces that did not play in that game. I want to say Charvarius Ward had come back. That was his first game or second game back. I want to say it was his first. Maybe it was his second.
You gotta think about that power out at that receiver core. That shit slept on.
It is a little bit, but I
agree.
Then they running game is crazy, and then you got Matthew Stafford that's just going slang that motherfucker.
Well, Matthew Stafford slept on a lot, every year after year. So, but I will say this: I do think that there's no way
they O-line is kind of. They O-line look pretty solid.
Well, they looked solid in that game for sure, and they had a couple pieces that did come back. But my problem is that if you're a Bills fan and you're feeling this confident, you need to worry about how that defense is playing right now, because that defense is giving up a lot of points. Now, I don't expect New England to come in and put up a bunch of points, but I'm going to tell you this: if that New England offense comes in,
they fuck around and beat them,
and puts up 28 points on the Buffalo Bills, y'all
that's the Bills' kryptonite. That's a division game.
If they put up 28
that's a division
points,
game, baby.
Yeah, if they put up 28 points, that's going to tell me everything I need to know about Buffalo. That's going to tell me everything I need to know about Buffalo.
Yeah, hold on. When it comes to this MVP talk, the glazing that they doing on Josh Allen, bro. I've been seeing. Hold on.
Oh, he's been playing ball though.
No, he has. No, listen. He's had a great year. But my point is, I've been seeing everybody talk about how this is the greatest season I've ever seen from a quarterback. They've been saying it all over the goddamn ESPN and shit. He's got. I'm gonna tell y'all the numbers, man.
Well, he had like 800 yards in like the last 2 games.
Listen, he's got 3,394 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks. While not bad, this isn't bad at all. That's not great either. That's not great. Those aren't. I'm talking about Josh Allen. I'm not talking about James Cook.
I just want to know what his stats are. Because they've been running the ball.
I don't know. But if you compare that to Lamar, and he's got a 64% passing percentage. Okay? Now, this is just passing stats right now. Lamar is at 68%. He's got 3,580 yards, and he's got 34 touchdowns, 3 picks. Okay? So, Lamar betting, he's better in the passing stats in pretty much every category. Now the rushing, Josh Allen has 11 touchdowns. He's got 484 yards, and then Lamar has 743 yards and 8 touchdowns. So, like, when I see people glazing all over Josh Allen right now, and then they're excluding Lamar and not having him in that conversation or in that, because I think Lamar should be MVP at this point.
Hey, Mike, I'm
And I
gonna
don't
tell
even think
you.
it's close.
Mike, I'm gonna tell
He's
you
got
right now.
743 yards.
Mike,
He's beating him in every statistical category.
Mike, listen to what I'm saying.
Except rushing touchdowns.
Mike, listen to what I'm saying though.
This is
They
crazy.
are desperate to have Josh Allen as the
Crazy.
fucking MVP. Do you not
Bro,
realize
this is
that?
insane. No, I get it.
They're
I get
desperate
it,
because they
they're
do not.
making it seem like
They do not-
seem like he's just doing. He's got his numbers are just astronomical
But they're
and
not-
crazy. No other quarterback has ever had a season like this. What?
No, they don't.
These
wanna
numbers are not your basic MVP numbers.
They
bro.
don't want to give it to fucking Lamar again. I'm telling you, they do
Well,
not
yeah,
want to.
You're probably right.
They do
You're
not
probably
want,
right, but
They
I'm
do
just
not
saying,
want to give it to Lamar
bro,
again.
If this is going to be Josh Allen's best year, this is not even better than Mahomes' worst year, barely.
Yeah.
I want y'all to think about that for a
That's
second.
kind of.
This is barely better than Mahomes' worst year. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? The glazing they've been, and look, don't get me wrong. I think he's had a phenomenal season, but it's not to where it's not what people think it is when you look at the numbers, bro. It's really not. And Lamar has been better in every category, and it's not even close.
Okay, so
So,
let's say
it's insane.
let's say this: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley. Who are you taking for MVP out of those three names?
Right now, I would say Lamar.
DRob.
Lamar just had 5 touchdowns the other day.
What?
I said Josh
Man, they'll go
Allen,
crazy.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or Saquon Barkley. Who you taking for MVP?
Man, Loki can take Saquon or any of them.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that
with
either.
you.
I was
I'm
going to
gonna be
say
honest with you.
Saquon too.
That's who I'm picking. I think Saquon is the MVP because that man has single-handedly won games for the Eagles by himself. By himself.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
I will
But
say
I'm just
that.
saying, like, these quarterback numbers that both of these quarterbacks have put up, they're good, but they're not just like out of this world. Oh, like, come on, bro. They'll barely be over 4,000 yards.
Well,
Like, I'm just saying, like, it don't even make sense. And then not only that, Lamar blew out the Bills earlier
you know
this
what?
year. He
You
blew
know what's
them
so
out.
crazy? Who I give it to it? If anybody, if I ain't giving it to Saquon, I want to give it to. I'm looking at Jared Goff.
Get his numbers real quick.
Jared,
He had 3,700. He got 3,000 yards, 759 passing yards. He had 30 TDs.
Hey, yeah, he
has 10 INTs though. Joe Burrow is leading the league in passing.
But that's
Yeah.
not. But 30
36
touchdowns.
TDs.
but Burrow will
30
not.
touchdowns and
Burrow will
10
not be in the
picks is
MVP
not bad,
constellation. Yeah, Burrow will not be in the
No,
MVP constellation because they are losing right now. They have not.
They might
had a-
slip back in there. They might slip in there.
You,
Slide in
you,
there.
you
I
think
mean-
you think the Ravens are actually going to lose enough games for them to get back in?
They might. Who the Ravens got left?
Man, hey, so Jared Goff
got the
kind of
Texans.
got a case though. Cause well, he got more yards than he got more yards than both of them,
Yeah.
and he's got 30 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Is not bad. That's a good touchdown to interception ratio. It's not like what I'm saying. It's not bad at all. And they're
Yeah.
what are they? 12-1 or 13? What's
No,
their record?
They'll be 12-2 now. They just lost the other
12-2.
Yeah.
So they got the second best record in the NFL.
So this.
I mean, that's got to count for something.
The Ravens still have to play.
This is what I'm gonna say about Lamar getting it this year. You got Derrick Henry over here now, so that takes a lot off his plate. But at the same time, Derrick Henry and James Cook. James Cook is like at 800 yards rushing, but he got 13 TDs.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry has the same.
Shit, Josh Allen be stealing his touchdowns. You know how many run yard touchdowns Josh Allen got?
Hey, no. Do you
That should have
look
went to
at? Hey,
James Cook.
look at Saquon Barkley for the same
Oh, he's the
situation.
same way. Yeah, I
He's
agree.
got nine times he's been at the 1 yard line where he stopped at the 1 yard line, and they give it to fucking Jalen Hurts for the tush push.
You that little tush push.
Yep. So the Ravens still have the Steelers on this Saturday, December 21st, right? So they have the Steelers this week. They have the Texans next week. And then they have the Browns January 5th. Okay? So they've got 3 games left that I think they're going to have to beat the Steelers. They're going to have to try to basically keep themselves alive as far as not having to worry about the Bengals winning, and getting back into the playoff situation. I don't think they're going to get back in it, but I think, I don't think. I don't see it. Let's see what the Bengals' remaining schedule is. So, the Bengals have the Browns. They have the Broncos. They're not beating the Broncos, I don't think. And then they got the Steelers. So, Browns, Bengals have the Broncos, and then the Bengals have the Steelers.
I think they'll beat the Browns. I think they could beat the Browns, Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't know about the
Steelers will be
Broncos.
tough.
That Broncos
But the Ravens got to
defense.
play the Steelers.
Hey, listen, that Broncos defense is nothing to fucking laugh at, right? They are nothing to fucking.
Yeah, they nasty.
It's not. They nasty.
And you want to know. You want to know how you get. You want to know how you take a badass wide receiver out of his game. You put Patrick Surtain on his ass.
Yeah, definitely. That's a matchup.
You put Patrick
That's a
Surtain
matchup.
on his ass. Jamar Chase is going to have a problem with Patrick Surtain. He's going to have a problem with Patrick Surtain. I'm
Man,
sorry.
hey, that's a good ass matchup though. Because I think, Jamar Chase is nice, but
He's
Surtain
nice,
is that dude.
but Surtain is that dude. I'm sorry. I've liked that dude ever since he came out of Alabama. And I'm telling you, if there was a guy,
That's why I said I think it's a great matchup because I think they can get the most of each other.
if there was a guy that I could get right now off of any team that I would really fucking want on the Chiefs, I would want Patrick Surtain. I love the way that dude plays corner.
Nah, I'm taking Michael Parsons. You crazy?
No,
I want him. I want him. Derek
Crazy.
Stingley. Give me Derek Stingley Jr.
hey,
too.
Stingley's the other one I like coming out of LSU.
Stingley nice too.
But let me tell you why I'm saying this, Mike.
Michael Parsons with Chris Jones?
Listen.
Shit.
You right
I
now.
like Karlaftis and Leo Chanel.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Now that they've got a Minihue, and they've got fucking Chris Jones in there, and you've got your rest of your pieces. You wouldn't need a Michael Parsons. You wouldn't.
Well, I was just talking about not for this year, no.
But even
But I'm
this,
just talking about like in totality.
no.
I'm just talking about in totality.
If you were to have that right now, and you add a guy like a Patrick Surtain with McDuffie, shit.
Right.
That hey.
Right.
I mean, I agree, but I can have that same argument with Michael Parsons and Chris Jones.
No, because Michael Parsons
What?
misses too many games. He misses way too many games. Look at him. Look at what he does. Okay, just this year alone, look and see how many games he's missed. He's missed. Yeah, he's missed some games. So, I think you put Surtain on that team. You thought L'Jarius Sneed.
Yeah, this is the only year he's missed games.
I think he missed games, a couple games.
He played no.
He's never missed any games?
He played 17 games last year. He played 17 games the year before, and he played 16 games his rookie year.
I could have swore he missed on his rookie year. How many games did he miss this year?
And he's played 10 games. So he's missed 2 games this year or 3? So
4.
Is it 4? How many games are they?
It should be at 14 games so far. If you said he's played in 10. And I still wouldn't take Michael Parsons. I wouldn't take Michael Parsons in that situation because I still want a guy that can cover. And if you got to think about it, Chris Jones.
I understand that, but I was just talking about like how you say you could put McDuffie with Surtain. I'm just arguing that you could say the same thing with Chris Jones and Michael Parsons.
Yeah,
That's all
but
I'm
those
saying.
two, the two guys I'm saying this for is because they're young. They're both young. Right?
So is Parsons. What are you talking about?
But Jones ain't.
I get that.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that would give you even more of a reason to get fucking Parsons.
No, because
you'll have another. Because if Jones gets hurt, then what? Or if he gone, then what? Then you ain't gonna have nothing.
Oh, you got guys
on the defensive line.
You got guys there
without Chris Jones.
No, I'm saying you still have guys there that can still make plays. You still got guys there that can make plays.
It wouldn't be the same.
Tershawn Ward, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same.
It would be a huge drop off.
Listen, like if that's the case, then why is Michael Parsons not making that kind of, in Dallas right now? Why is he not doing that in Dallas right now?
I think he's had a solid season, but I think the team is just trash in general.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't think they got nothing to do with the team.
What I'm saying is that if you have a guy on your team that's a difference maker like that, listen.
Wait, so you don't think there's a drop off if Michael Parsons is not on that team?
Well, of course there is.
Defensively?
But he doesn't make the other. But the other guys, no, the other guys are not getting better because he's on the field. They're not making plays because he's on the field. With Chris Jones,
I think Chris Jones is different because, but I think with Chris Jones is different because he's a defensive tackle. Like Parsons is more so playing on the edge. He's playing the linebacker, outside linebacker role. It's not the same.
That's
I think he probably does it differently. But
that's why I said it's different.
It wouldn't be.
But that's why I said it's different because with Chris Jones, he's going to take up double teams. They're not really going to necessarily double team Michael Parsons. He doesn't demand a double team every time. Chris Jones does. So if he's demanding a double team every time, guess what? I don't really have to have a guy like a Michael Parsons on that team. I can get a guy like a George Karlaftis. I can get a guy like a Charles Minihue. I can get a guy like a Turk Wharton. And I can use those guys to actually get home steal. Since Charles Minihue came back, that has helped them because the double teams don't work as well on Chris Jones since Charles Minihue came back. Because now they have to basically, it's got to be a hat on the hat. They can't afford it.
All I'm saying is if you add Michael Parsons to that, you think Minihue was making a difference. Michael Parsons would make a difference as well.
I think with the way defenses are now, I think your best bet is to get a shutdown corner, and Patrick Surtain is that.
You on mute.
You on mute.
You
on mute.
I'm going with him. I'll take Trey Hendrickson.
You could take either one. I'm not saying like Surtain would. I would be fine with both of them.
But we didn't even hear what he said. What did you say?
I was talking about what you said, not Doran. I'm gonna
take Surtain with the D line that we got right now.
Exactly.
But if I was gonna take anybody, I'm going after Trey Hendrickson. Give me him. He been going crazy this year.
Yeah, he has. He's been going crazy, and that's why I said
sack leader.
He is a sack leader. But I think I think if you look at what we have in Kansas City, and that's why I said if I could pick any guy off of any team right now to play on the Chiefs, if I had my choice, it would be Patrick Surtain. Because that dude, Patrick Surtain, can shut down the whole side of the field. He can shut down the whole side of the field by himself. That right there is, you can't, there's not too many guys that can do that. You don't see that a lot. Name another shutdown corner in the league, Dorian, besides Stingley.
McDuffie.
McDuffie's not a shutdown corner. He's not.
Man, McDuffie shut down shit. You crazy.
He's not a shutdown corner. I'm sorry. As much as I love McDuffie.
How is he not a shutdown corner?
Did you not?
Goes off,
wait.
Who goes off on McDuffie on a consistent basis? Nobody.
Listen, no.
He been getting bombed. I mean, he been getting bombed though.
He has been getting bombed.
Yeah, like once every what?
You don't do that to Surtain. You don't do that to Surtain.
Surtain is different though.
Yeah, you can't do that to Surtain.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think McDuffie is definitely a shutdown corner.
I don't think he's a shutdown corner. Matter of fact, I think McDuffie is probably at the next tier, just up underneath that. Just up underneath. I think he's right at that same portion where you could say, okay, he's almost there, but I don't think he's right there yet. The reason why is a lot of time is because McDuffie does give up plays where you're like, wait a minute, man, what are you doing? Why are you out of position? Right? So you're trying to figure out what he's doing. Now, I will say this, Derek Stingley Jr., hey, I said it and me and Dorian had talked about it when he was coming out of LSU. The only concern I had about Stingley was because he was coming off that injury and he sat out a while. But Derek Stingley Jr. is another guy I could say I could see playing for the Chiefs. That I like his game. I like his game a lot. I like Micah Parsons, but I don't think he's a guy that, because here's the deal about tackles or defensive ends. A lot of times defensive ends don't get a lot of tackles. They don't get a lot of stops. Right? You'll see a lot of times some of these defensive ends may have only like 2 tackles throughout the game. Am I lying, Dorian?
What?
That a lot of times, as far as what their role is, you won't see them get a lot of tackles. There's not a lot of production.
Corners and stuff. They shouldn't be getting a lot of tackles. Hell no.
No, but corners shouldn't be, but defensive ends don't necessarily get them either. They get a lot.
No, they don't.
They get a lot of pressure.
They get a lot of pressure and hurries and stuff.
Yeah, but they won't get a lot of tackles. The guys that get tackles on your team are going to wind up being your defensive tackles and your linebackers, and then your corners, And in safeties, you really don't want your safeties to have a lot of tackles at all either. So, because if that's happening, then we got a big problem.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, as far as that goes, I would love a guy that we could say, hey, we ain't worried about that side of the field. You're never going to throw over that way. We're taking away that whole side of the field. And with a Patrick Surtain, you can do that. You can't do that. You can't do that with a lot of other guys. There's not a lot of guys in the league that you can do that with. And that's just my saying. Now, if Micah Parsons wants to come to Kansas City, go.
Of course you could. We playing that.
Yeah.
We playing that type of shit.
Yeah, if he wants
Bring
to.
your ass home. With your crybaby ass.
Oh.
How about that?
Should I be crying on that team too, man? That whole organization is dog.
You can't show that shit though.
That shit is terrible.
Out loud with it.
He but the problem is that they gave him a show. He's got his own show, right? And he be on there going off. He be on there going off. So
he got his own show.
Yeah, he got his little podcast or whatever.
Yeah, a little YouTube shit.
Yeah, he be on there going off. So, but it's just it is what it is. So here's my deal. I was gonna say the Lions lost. The NFC North is up for grabs. Do you think Detroit winds up winning the NFC North, or do the Vikings come in and take that shit? I think the Vikings got a chance to take it.
Bro, the Detroit is too banged. Like they banged up at the wrong time.
21 injuries. 21
it's
guys.
22.
Is it 22?
It's 22 now.
Well, I know Montgomery just got hurt, but 22 guys on the fucking injured list. 22.
And most of them is on defense too.
Yes.
So yeah, they cooked. I don't know.
Yeah, the Vikings.
They one of them teams that have to score 40 plus to win at this point.
And what's funny about it is the Vikings have been, just kind of quiet. I mean, at the beginning of the season, everybody was making a big deal about them. Then they lost a couple games. And then here they have been, just cruising along.
Yeah, they quiet.
Real quiet.
Just like that silent.
Nobody's
that
talking
silent
about
killer.
them. And then they just come out and they just do what they're supposed to do. And here they are, 12-2?
Yeah, they're tied with the
Lions for first place in the NFC North. I think the Vikings can actually win that. I think they can. I think they can win
what
it.
happened to the damn Falcons, bro? Like, Kirk Cousins has completely fallen off a cliff.
Man, so
Like,
Hey man.
bro, he has been trashed the back half of the season. He has been
Bengals might be able to come with to it now.
who?
You said who?
Bengals might sneak up in there, man.
The
Man,
Bengals?
stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Why are we? That's the AFC. We're talking about the NFC.
Right, bro. They third. I mean, Nah, that's not happening, bro. Bro, they would have to rely on so many teams like losing certain games and stuff like. No,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Green Bay or the Vikings coming out.
That's going to be a good. They might wind up fucking around and get 3 teams in too. They gonna fuck around and get 3 teams in too.
Damn, I didn't know
Green
that. The
I like
Commanders.
Green Bay or the Vikings.
I didn't realize they was second in the NFC East, but
Well, yeah, they
shit,
behind
they
the Eagles.
9-5.
Yeah, they behind the Eagles.
Yeah, they behind the Eagles.
You can't. Matter of fact, you can't sleep on them either.
No.
Yeah, they kind of sneaky too, just a little bit. I agree.
Well, I like
Here's-
the way.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
Hey, I like them boys. I like all 3 of them teams. I feel like they've been playing some of the
Let me
best
be
ball.
honest with
Philly has too though, so I mean I can't knock them out. But
Nah.
Hey,
Yeah.
honestly, and people gotta watch out for the Rams too, though.
uh,
If they're bro, if as long as their receiver like them 3 weapons are healthy, you got where at least Puka and they're healthy, and their defense can play okay. And I wouldn't sleep on the Rams, bro.
They are
Just
dangerous.
saying.
They are very dangerous.
They're dangerous.
Here's the thing about it though. So you just mentioned the Falcons, right? The Falcons still have a chance to get into the playoffs, but what's fucked up
I
is
don't know what
that
happened to them.
they're sitting. Kirk Cousins is out this next game, right?
Oh, he's been terrible.
He has been
Bro,
bad. He has been bad.
He was okay. He was doing good first half of the season. This back half of the bro.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
they
what
still got a chance though.
Yeah, they still got a chance, but there's going to be
They still got a chance.
They're starting Michael Penix though. They're going to
He
start
about
the
to see
rookie.
what he gonna do. He
They
gonna go
7-7
crazy.
right now.
Huh? Yeah.
He might go
I said that.
crazy.
The Falcons are 7-7. They're right behind Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay,
right now,
yeah.
so.
So
Yeah.
we're going to see what happens, but I think that with this being said, look, there's a couple of teams that I think can win the NFC completely. And of course, everybody's going to be picking the Lions. You know, everybody was picking the Lions all season. But I think with the Lions being as injured as they are, I don't know.
Eagles.
I
Who
don't
you gonna
know.
ride with there?
The Eagles.
You pick your teams that's come out the NFC.
If I'm
Y'all
picking
do this.
if I'm picking a team out of the NFC to win and get to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that I think the Vikings can actually do it. Here's the reason
See, I was
why.
thinking them.
Here's the reason why. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. They actually have 2 number 1 wide receivers on their team. There's not a lot of guys. There's not a lot of teams that can say that. They actually have 2 number 1s. They have a good running game with Aaron Jones, right? Their defense is really good. I mean, I can't knock them anywhere so far. And Sam Darnold, he's got nothing to lose. He's been playing like this all season without nothing to lose because everybody quit on him. Everybody said he was washed up, he was a bust, this and that. Now think about it. He's playing with house money right now. He wasn't even going to be the starter. He wasn't even going to be the starter there.
Pressure on him.
No,
he
he
has
don't.
like 0 pressure on him.
He wasn't even going to be the starter there. It was going to be J.J. McCarthy, right? So he's playing with house money with 2 number wide receivers with Addison and Jefferson, right? This guy, they could actually win the NFC and turn around and play in the Super Bowl, right? Now, that's what I'm saying. I think the Vikings can do it.
So you got the Vikings.
Yeah, I think the Vikings can do it because the reason why is because the Lions have too many injuries. And they just lost David Montgomery for the season. He's done. You don't have Aiden Hutchinson back, right? He's not coming back. You've lost a lot of guys. So
they have no
Then they lose one of their Brent. Then they lose Brian Branch or Deion Branch, whatever his name is.
I think Brian.
you're talking about safety. You're talking about safety.
Branch.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Branch did get hurt. So But that's what I'm saying. They're so hurt right now, right? I don't know how you get through that with the amount of injuries that they have suffered. I don't know how you do it. So that's my team, my pick for the NFC. If out of all the teams, and that's including Philadelphia. As much as I like Philadelphia's offense and how they're playing, they still kind of concern me because they don't like to throw the ball, and Jalen Hurts isn't great throwing the ball.
And I agree, but man, their defense is nasty, and Saquon is a fucking problem.
I get it,
and the reason why I get the whole passing situation, but like, man, when you got a good defense on top of being able to run the ball, and then like, it's not like they ain't got no weapons on the outside either.
No, it's not like
they don't necessarily need to. They don't necessarily need to just.
When you get into the playoffs,
I do agree.
Have to.
I do agree that Jalen Hurts has to be better though. Like,
yeah,
in the playoffs, he's gonna have to be better than what he's playing right now. So,
Dorian, who are you picking in the NFC? He gonna pick some weird.
You're on mute. He on mute.
Why are you on mute again?
I like to, because people keep trying to call me, man. They keep muting my damn thing when they call me. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers, man. Great running game. They got multiple receivers out there that can step up big time, and their defense been playing pretty solid too.
It's not a bad.
And then if you go, and then they can play it any. I feel like they can play it any weather.
Oh yeah,
Josh Jacobs runs fucking hard as hell.
Hey, can we say enough about how well Josh Jacobs has played this year and how stupid the Raiders were?
He been going crazy.
I'm just mad. Look, I get he was a Raider, but I'm mad he turned down the Chiefs offer. He could have came to KC.
I told you he wasn't coming to KC. That dude is.
He should have.
As many times as he lost to KC, he didn't want to come here.
So.
That would have been nasty, though.
It would have been nasty.
What's his name? Hey, what's his name? Did it? Drew Tranquil did it. He was with the Chargers.
But that's not the Raiders. It's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. They're both rivals.
No, that Broncos and that Raiders rivalry a little different. It hit a little different.
Man, I don't know about that. Chiefs and Chargers is pretty tough.
I mean, it is, but it don't hit just the division game. I feel like that Raiders versus Chiefs just hit a little.
It hit different, man. It hit. If there's a team that I want to beat more,
all them.
Yeah, if it's not a team I want to beat more every season than the Raiders. I'm sorry, Ladarius. I'm sorry, Ladarius.
I'm kind of in the ballpark. I want to beat all of them the same.
Yeah.
All right, y'all ready?
None of them.
Y'all ready? Who y'all got coming out the AFC?
AFC.
One, two,
no.
I'm gonna go first.
Mike's going first.
I'm gonna go first.
Mike's going first, man.
Nothing else. You already know what everybody wants to say. We should say it as a group.
I'm gonna go with the Bills to lose to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
I thought he was getting ready to really say the Bills. I
got you on that one, didn't I?
I was about to say, what?
You thought I was going to say the Bills, didn't you?
When you said I'm going to go with the Bills, I'm like, wait, what the?
Yeah. You almost fucked me up right there.
Yeah, I got you on that one.
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm going with the Chiefs, baby. I don't care. Listen, y'all can talk all that shit y'all want about the Chiefs, but we all know.
Look in the camera. Look in the camera now.
Hey, look. Y'all can talk all that shit y'all want about the Chiefs, man.
He's serious.
We all know in the playoffs, we're gonna see a whole new team. Andy Reid gonna run the ball. They're gonna get the ball out quick. Mahomes is gonna take what he can get in the playoff, what the defense gives him. He ain't gonna try to force nothing. They gonna be and then don't get me started on the defense. Josh Uche gonna play all of a sudden.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it now.
All right,
don't ruin it.
You're
gonna see Josh Uche getting pass rushes. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jones gonna be getting sacks all of a sudden. McDuffie and Jalen Watson gonna come back healthy. It's gonna be all kinds of shit.
Rashee Rice gonna show
Jeez.
up.
Man, you never know. Hollywood gonna blow. Listen, I'm just saying. All jokes aside, Chiefs coming. They winning that one, man. Sorry, I ain't going against them. Yeah, they winning that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm picking the Chiefs as well. If y'all can't tell, we are all Chiefs homers pretty much. So, Dorian, who you picking? Look,
He done.
he don't even want to answer the question. He don't even want to answer the question.
He like ain't no point. What's the point?
I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, like I said, they can. Hey, and Dad, what situation are we in right now? We are in the same situation we've always been at this point in the season.
Yeah.
We're in the same situation we're in at this point in the season as every year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The same exact one.
Dorian, you didn't say who you was picking, man.
He picking the. Oh, this
Hey, man. Now, I know Mike trying to do something that, he try to step out his comfort zone and talk his shit.
I don't know what you're talking
30-second
about.
wrap up. But what I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I know y'all don't believe in, fairy tales and dreams and nightmares, But it's only one team that's coming out the AFC, all right?
That's
they
true.
Do this. They got the best quarterback, the best D tackle, one of the top DBs in the NFL right now. So a double-headed monster at running back. We probably got the top receiving core. Spread them out. Best tight end. We got Taylor Swift on our side.
Oh my
Let me
God.
tell you something, Temple. Let me tell you something, Mike. Hey,
I'm done. That's a good
man.
point, though.
Hey,
You got the Swifties, bro. You got the Swifties.
linebacker core nice. D-line nice. And we got we get home field advantage as a wrap. I feel like when that red come into play, just put a little bit extra more pressure on everybody else. Everybody want to beat Mahomes.
Okay.
Can they do it? And we got Andy Reid, baby. 2-piece special, man. We going for that
as much as Andy Reid drives me,
give me a 3-piece and a biscuit, baby. Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna go out.
Drives me insane. Andy Reid is not to be questioned. As much as he gives me a headache sometimes.
Hey, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say I'm thinking Dorian is picking the Chiefs to win the AFC.
I was gonna go before right, baby. You feel me?
Oh, look.
I'm done.
So I'm pretty much thinking he's gonna pick the Chiefs to win the AFC. So we
Chiefs versus the Ravens in the AFC Championship.
I do not disagree with you on that, because I'm thinking that the Ravens, if they get a chance when it comes, because I think
they blew the Bills out earlier this year.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, I think the Bills are peaking too early. I think you said it right, Mike.
Because even the Ravens have kind of calmed down a little bit. Like they haven't been like losing like crazy or nothing like that, but they've been playing good, but not great. So they haven't like completely plateaued at the end of the season. I think they're kind of just
Oh, it's more their defense than it's their offense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at how they fucking let Jamar Chase go fucking crazy against them.
Yeah.
One man, one sound. They had Nick Cannon out there off the drum line going crazy.
No,
stepping out of the line. Hey, nigga stepping out of the line going crazy. Jamar Chase out there playing the drums on another nigga's drum. He don't give a fuck. That shit was crazy. Hey, what the fuck is going on?
Bro, that's the ultimate disrespect.
Where the fuck you think they about to go?
Yeah.
Where you think they about to go?
When he took that little, I don't know if it was a screenplay to the house for a touchdown for like 80 yards. Hey.
Yeah.
That wasn't even supposed to happen, bro. What y'all doing?
He literally did that twice.
Yeah.
He did that against the fucking wasn't the Cowboys?
Did
Took it on their ass off a curl.
Yeah, off a curl route.
What?
Yep. Yeah, he did.
Terrible.
All I can say is I think that this season, like Mike said, I do kind of believe that that number one seed is very, very important. And even as much as I want to say, yeah, I want Patrick to be healthy down the stretch, I've seen Patrick when he's not healthy down the stretch, and he was amazing. Simple as that.
Listen, I'm so serious when I say this. Mahomes plays better when he's compromised to a degree, especially when it comes to his legs. He knows that he can't rely on his feet, so he knows he has to make better decisions passing the ball more quicker and getting the ball out quicker and not turning the ball over. I'm telling y'all, the Eagles game is a prime example.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do.
Just saying.
Well, we've made our.
I don't know, because the Buccaneers
predictions.
beat the fuck out of us and his ankle was fucked up. So don't fucking, hey, watch your mouth.
He hadn't hurt that game.
No, he wasn't.
Hey, was against the Buccaneers?
No, not that. No,
that was the
O-line.
that was the year that the O-line got hurt.
O-line was completely
I thought
hurt.
his ankle was fucked up.
No,
Because he couldn't even run in that game. In the Bucs game?
yeah, it wasn't.
No, that was it.
No.
Because remember, he was running all over the place.
Yeah, that's the game he
They
was
said
running
he
all
ran-
over the place.
Yeah, that was the game he ran for they literally said he ran for 300 and some yards just from scrambling outside of the pocket that game.
Yeah, because he
through
was
the whole
running
game.
because the offensive line, because Eric Fisher got hurt in the AFC Championship game that season against the Bills.
Mitchell Schwartz got hurt too, because Mitchell Schwartz got hurt earlier that season. Yeah, and then everybody else ended up getting hurt as well. So
Yep.
that was bad.
It was, but it is what it is. But at the same time, I can say that I think that, to me, like you said, having that number one seed, getting that bye weekend, having home field advantage is probably the best thing.
Hey, I'll say this. Look, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if the Chiefs three-peat, if they three-peat and they pull this off, Mahomes is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my life. He's the GOAT. You have to put into context what he's dealing with this season, bro, or what he has dealt with.
Hold up, now let's go ahead. I feel like
No, I'm
he
being
is.
dead
I
ass.
feel like he already is, but I feel like that's that three-peat coming.
I feel like the
three-peat coming.
three-peat. I feel
You
like
ever
the
see-
three-peat.
You know who Michael Jordan is? You know who Michael
No, I
Jordan
get
is?
that, but this cements it
You know
though,
who
because
Kobe Bryant is?
you have the thing to back it up. You can literally say three-peat,
Oh, it's going to happen.
and not. But my point is that now
They meshing together, bro.
Look at the context of the season, bro. The context of the season. He's had 4 different left tackles in one season.
And
True.
Rice is out of
4.
here.
And Rice is
Rice
gone.
ain't his number one option got hurt.
Hollywood
Arguably,
Brown
his
got
number
hurt.
2,
Yep.
Hollywood Brown got hurt. Rice has been, or Pacheco's been out. You're missing your one of your starting cornerbacks.
Yep.
One of your starting edge rushers was out. It's a lot has happened this season, bro.
And you had
any
three,
other quarterback in this situation would not be 13-1.
and
I
you
don't care
had
what
three
nobody
different
say.
you had 3 different kickers on this team who have hit
Yeah,
game winners
that too.
for your team. 3 different kickers. So I mean, yeah,
When is Bucker gonna be back?
he came back
Yeah, he's
last
back.
game. He came back last game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was a little rusty, but no, the tube was actually saying that wasn't even on Bucker. It was the long snapper. He didn't do it right.
Yeah. So well, anyway,
yeah.
we've gone over everything that I really wanted to discuss for tonight. I really, really am looking forward to this game against the Texans. Not as much as I'm looking forward to the game against Pittsburgh, but I am looking forward to this game against the Texans. I'm wanting to see if Mahomes does play, and I want to see how he looks out there. So that's going to be a big thing for me.
Run the ball.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to.
I'm about to ask, bro. He got a Twitter, bro. I'm about to ask him.
I don't think he does. I heard that if you want...
I'm atting the Chiefs on Twitter right now because they got me messed up.
I heard that if you want to get a hold of Coach Reed, you really need to send a message to the restaurant up in Kansas City called Cheeseburger in Paradise, and they will make sure he gets the message.
Cheeseburger in
Paradise? Man, he is trolling.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
It's a real restaurant. Or at least it was. I remember I used to go up there, and I've heard that it's still there. So
I'm done. I'm dead.
well, look, we've had fun tonight. It's good to have DRob on the show. Hey, man, are you gonna come back and do these shows more often?
Yeah, man, I got y'all, man.
No, he ain't allowed.
I know y'all been missing me. See, I told y'all right
Can't
there,
do it.
man. I told y'all little Michael that just left off the Jackson 5. They said it didn't sound right
Hold
being in
on.
Jackson. They said it didn't sound right being in Jackson
Don't do
6.
that.
So they said they had to go ahead and let him slide off of there.
Don't do that. Don't do
Look,
that.
his name Mike. His name Mike.
That don't mean nothing. Hey,
Little Michael.
he's not
Hey,
allowed on the next episode. Hey, you're
little
banned.
Michael.
He said he's not on the next episode.
You're banned.
Hey, let me tell you. We're gonna give a shout out to he's stupid. we gonna give a shout out. We're gonna give a shout out to Ladarius because Ladarius said, "Hey man, y'all really need to get DRob back on the show." I said, "Yes, we do. I know." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Them two, when Mike and DRob are together, it is pure comedy gold." So
Who said that? Ladarius. Shout out to Ladarius, man.
yeah, Ladarius said that. So
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure.
I just want Dwayne to tell me I was right about Lat McConkey. That's all.
Oh my God.
You ain't right.
That's how am I not? He's one of the best rookie receivers in the league.
He's not gonna admit it. He's not gonna admit it.
Terrible.
Bro, it's been rookies hurt this year at receiver too. But Brock Bowers is the guy from Georgia, like we've been saying.
Agreed.
So I said who was the guy over there.
Hold on. Did I ever say that he wasn't going to be good?
Shit, I like Malik Neighbors. I like Malik Neighbors. I feel like Neighbors should do way more in
I didn't
LA.
listen. Malik Neighbors is
If he was over,
I didn't say he was the best receiver in the draft. I said he'd be one of them, which he is. Route running is crazy.
Ladarius, you got your wish. All is right in the world, buddy.
Don't let him get it again. This is the last time.
This is the last
bro.
time. Well, look,
He gonna come on. I'm glad he ain't came on here with that ice cream again, man. You know how he usually came on here with that ice cream that one time, smacking him.
What you talking about?
You had that ice cream. Yeah, you did.
No, it was the cornbread. It was the cornbread.
Damn, man, you had cornbread on there?
You remember that,
Nigga
Mike?
lying.
No, Mike, don't even.
Dwayne went on that episode.
No, he came in with the ice cream or something. He had something in his head.
Ain't no damn ice cream.
No, it was the cornbread.
Quit lying to the people, bro.
It was cornbread. It was cornbread.
You couldn't wait to eat your soul food off
That's not what.
Come and get your soul food.
Shit, I had some. This is my fifth Thanksgiving. This is my fifth Thanksgiving place since Thanksgiving.
You want your cornbread? No. That's not it. Darn, you wasn't even on that episode. Why are you bringing up old shit?
Damn. I think I remember that though, because I watched that bad boy. I said he making a. I don't know what you was in there doing.
He made me hungry.
You ain't that
That's
damn.
what he did.
You ain't that damn hungry.
No,
You ain't that damn hungry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You over bringing cornbread on the show like you damn near Shannon Sharp.
Shit, I was hungry.
Hennessy and that black and mild on there.
Man, just for that, I'm gonna make sure I bring a whole meal the next time we get on.
Damn, bro, don't
And I'm
do
gonna
that,
eat it in
bro.
front of all y'all.
Don't
Don't do that, bro.
Don't do that. There's certain things that I'm gonna ban myself. No more eating on the show. No more fucking eating on the show.
You know, but that was first of all, I didn't even know you was recording. You told me you wasn't recording. You lied to me, and you put it on. So whose fault is that?
That's true.
He had to get you. I had to put it on there too for viral purposes.
Exactly.
Mr. Cornbread.
Shut your ass.
You want your cornbread?
Well, look, we gonna get off of here. This has been the Cave Cast. I'm Big Temp. That's Big Mike and DRob. Y'all will be seeing a lot more of him. He finally gonna make his appearances more known on the show. But we want to tell everybody we appreciate them for showing up and still being a part of the show and coming and just making these things more enjoyable for us to to produce. We love doing the content. and it makes us happy. We like doing it. So we want to say thank you to everybody, and check us out every week. We put out new content, and on top of that, if you're new to the channel, go back, hit some of the other videos that we have, and hit the subscribe button, and you can go back and watch all the other content that we've had from older episodes. So y'all take it easy. We out.